are using those new words thinking it's all okay. They can't relate it to what it used to mean. It's the same thing as having a communist society, and as long as no one at the top mentions communism, no one will see it for what it really is. So we tend to get stuck on words, and we can't see beyond that. Today they call it this globalization, but it is a Sovietized world system they're bringing in. It's a communistic system they're bringing in for the masses. Now, communism, or the Soviet system, was created by the West. It did not originate in the Soviet Union or Russia. Its whole theory was that man was an animal that could be trained to go in any direction whatsoever through scientific means and indoctrination and using conditioned responses. They could take them to wherever they wanted them to be. Lenin himself said, we shall decide what kind of culture to give the public, which is good for the party. And if that culture becomes obsolete or doesn't serve the party, we'll then change the entire culture again. In other words, all of reality will keep changing and be updated, and the public will accept it like a computer program being upgraded. That's exactly how they're treating the public today, and unfortunately it's working very well.
Alan Watt, long segment coming up. When we start the next hour, we'll go directly to your phone calls if you want to get lined up. 800-259-9231. Stay with us.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Silver is mankind's oldest natural antibiotic. This very special mineral has been used for centuries by most cultures throughout the world. Utopia, Texas is home to a small but mighty supplement company called Utopia Silver, who offers colloidal products produced in distilled water without use of animal protein, nitrates, or saline solutions. Because our colloidal silver is made up of nano-sized particles, it can be better utilized at the cellular level, and germs can't mutate to be resistant like they can to modern-day antibiotics. Utopia Silver has a broad range of health supplements, including colloidal silver, gold, and copper, with a money-back guarantee on the colloidal products we produce. For 4 years, Utopia Silver has been fighting in the Texas courts against agencies that would steal our God-given rights of health care and freedom of speech. Visit us today at utopiasilver.com. That's UTOPIA silver.com, or call 888-213-4338, 888-213-4338, and help us win this battle.
May I have everybody's attention, please? I've come with a message of information. 9/11 was an inside job.
Do you like being a puppet, sir? Do you like being a puppet for the New World Order?
How do the American people know that 9/11 was a stage, was engineered by you, David Rockefeller, the Trilateral Commission, the CFR?
Please sit down and shut up. The day that we stop asking questions is the day that we have allowed the seeds of despotism to grow at our own door.
7 years after the attacks of September 11th, a global awakening has taken place.
An inside job? How dare you?
If you know that there's treason going on, you can be held accountable for treason yourself.
All hell is breaking loose on 6th Avenue.
And if the government has not told the truth, in 5 years we will be here on the 10th anniversary of 9/11.
Truth Rising. Download the film at prisonplanet.tv right now, or get the DVD at Infowars.com. It's now time to take the revolution to the next level.
Do you have aches and pains or suffer from indigestion or inflammation? Are you tired of feeling restless from insomnia? These symptoms are produced by negative toxins, but with the correct information, understanding, and care, you can cleanse them from your body. AlloMaster.com would like to help you begin the road to recovery with aloe vera. For over 4,000 years, aloe vera has been known for its therapeutic and healing properties and is widely recognized as the plant that helps alleviate minor burns. AlloMaster.com picks the best aloe leaves and produces the most potent aloe vera concentrated juices and freeze-dried capsules you can find. AlloMaster.com offers products with 10 times the potency of ordinary aloe products, enhancing the benefits of this ancient cleansing plant. Turn over a new leaf and visit us today at AlloMaster.com. That's ALOE Master.com, or call us at 1-800-934-ALLO. That's 1-800-934-2563 today.
Crashing through the lies and disinformation. It's Alex Jones, only on the GCN Radio Network.
Alan Watt. Let's get into what the establishment is doing with genetic engineering. I have interviewed and, of course, read hundreds and hundreds of news stories and reports, as I know you have, top scientists in genetic engineering who were for it until they found out that, well, I changed one gene in a tomato or potato, and it gets the change I want, but it randomly, each life cycle, changes hundreds, if not thousands, of things randomly and creates new amino acids, new chemicals, new components, new ring structures, new enzymes that are very, very toxic to other life forms that consume it or come in contact with it. The establishment knows that. They are testing in the open ocean new forms of chemical-eating bacteria, oil slick-eating bacteria, which in studies they admit could start replicating and, could create global red tides that could possibly kill a lot of the life in the ocean. That's, one little example. Or these cross species where they put human genes in a pig so they can get heart valves out of it, or grow, which they know, which they admit they're doing, but they keep a lot of it, the details quiet for at least a decade, BBC reports. Humanoids, part human, part bovine, part cow, so they can grow the embryos up to full baby size so they can harvest organs. We know that's going on. Part chimpanzee, part human, part human, part goat, part spider. Or they have some transgenic organisms that have over 200 different species, plant, animal, jellyfish. They're selling on the open market cats that glow in the dark, monkeys that glow in the dark, that have jellyfish skin. And you tell the public, they laugh and giggle and say that doesn't exist. But even though it's on the market, just thousands of things randomly going on, huge facilities randomly with gene guns, firing different genetics into plants, animals, sea life, openly releasing them. Now there's many areas of the world more GMO salmon than there are the other salmon. They're now out competing them. Removing them, and then they have breeding problems, and then it shows down the line have genetic problems after so many replications, after so many life cycles. I mean, there's just millions of problems. I could go on for hours. And the elite are not gods. They know this stuff can get out of control. And I have some of these quotes in Endgame, top transhumanists, top globalists saying, we don't care. In fact, if we get bored, we may just nuke the planet because of the power of killing ourselves and destroying the species forever. It's so beautiful. And Lenin said, I would love to he would write poems about destroying the earth and killing everyone and how beautiful it would be. So really, they're not survival of the fittest. A true fittest would understand the species, have love for it, would have compassion, would be endowed, that strain of our species with understanding how dangerous this all is, moving carefully with it, trying to empower everyone, trying to lift the species to a higher level, peacefully, trying to colonize space instead of dumbing down, hoarding, controlling, poisoning, and endangering the entire biosphere. And that's a long 2-minute question. Specifically, with that whole field of information, I see them as actually very aberrant and self-destructive, and in their own words, they admit that. So they need to be removed from power right now. They're mid-level servants who are just into the power trip of killing 90% and running things. I don't think they've studied their own master's blueprint, that really at the end of the day, they just want to kill everybody, including themselves.
It's possible, but what I've also noticed, too, for many years, is that whatever's released to the public to do with science is generally obsolete. By the time we get a hold of the information, there's a much higher level of science that they can. But when you understand that Huxley himself wrote Brave New World in 1933, with all of that data to do with the genes and so on, long before they really discovered the genes, we are told. They were still teaching in the 70s, the 60s and 70s in medicine that they suspected that genes lived on chromosomes, but they couldn't prove it. And yet here's Huxley writing in 1933 about a science that had not even come in at that time in the general universities.
And mass drugging of the public and forced abortions and total control, yes. What they're now setting up. Go ahead.
And it's the same when you break it down to genes to do with the Human Genome Project. Basically, that thing was on the go before they were so advanced in understanding the genes. So who was telling the truth? The ones who are doing the research at the bottom and learning it all over again, or a much higher group above them that already knows all of this stuff? And what we find with the elite too, they have incredible faith absolute faith in their own ingenuity, and with the use of science, they believe they can go on forever, indefinitely. And I think that at a very high level, they've ironed all of